So 3 rounds as always. Each round is 1 minute, and I will cut you off after that 1 minute. Freeced won the coin toss, and Connor is going first. So as soon as you're ready, just start rapping, and I'll start the timer.
Okay. His first battle, crap and useless. By his third battle, man was shooting. So what happened in between for you to see that vast improvement? Was it you hitting me up to ask for blueprints and angles proven to catch W's with? You've been peeking at others' work so you can give a better answer. Now everything from your lips bitten, Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's like that chap James Corden because he cats a lame performance. Last match scraped a 2-1 like in uni after handing a shite report in, but you don't deserve that grade because you haven't cited the sources. Ham-fisted attempts at a Hamilton flow and your singing is a gimmick and that gag's getting old. Imagine him at a party. No fun at all. That one prick who brings his guitar like, hey guys, here's Wonderwall. I said maybe. This kind of joke's really lazy. So drop my jaws. Suck my fucking balls. Time.
Thank you. Round 1, Freeced. Your turn.
Okay, Connor Quest, I see how you get your rise in, saying my gag is lazy, then do the same gimmick I did. When Breton lost the last battle, I was not offended, but then February ended, so they sent me a skinhead. Now I'm offended, trying to stay talking when I'm looking at the fucking guy from Train Spotting. Your head looks like a door handle. Not to knock ya. It's every mother's dream their son looks like Tanaka. By the way, your mom follows me on TikTok, and she thinks I'm funnier, so yeah, get your shit rocked. A rapper that's a con or a fraud, there's a herd of them. A conner that's a rapper? Odd, never heard of him. Am I not battling a rapper? It's worrisome. Dropped it from your moniker? Guess you weren't one. I hit a line like I CQs and shout. You Q easy. I never CQ out. I'd be too queasy to make the CQ route. This is Freeced League. Please get CQ out. I don't know which is worse, your fashion or your weak rhymes, but I dressed as you for Halloween and got dumped in a week's time. Yeah, that happened in real life. I was a little bit rattled. Still rather do that shit again than finish this battle.
Time. Okay. Round 2. Connor.
When you dived into the game, you made it seem like a hurtling drop. Sure, you made a splash, but it was more like a turd in the bog. He loves boiling leaves from his herbalist box, obsessed with sipping tea, that's why you sound like Kermit the Frog. He's like, oh boy, I can't wait for Connor Quest to spit with me. I hope it doesn't last too long. I need to go home to Miss Piggy. I'll kill this Muppet before he can finish his English muffin. He wishes he was British, that's why it's our Dixie's sucking. Every night it's fish and chips that he's stuffing down his miserable gullet. You stalk the royal family and jack off when you see them. That's the only time you'll come close to the crown. Don't get your ego inflated, you have less value than me. That's dollars to pounds. And if that song was you attempting to get in UK bias, I'm telling this apprentice he definitely ain't hired. What makes you so desperate? He's like, please, I want to be a Brit like you. Well, if my hometown was full of bumpkin truckers, Trump lovers, and cousin fuckers, I'd want to switch sides too. Time.
All right, Freeced. Round 2. Whenever you're ready.
What's the difference between me and you? You're a cunt. I'm just a teaboo. I got punchlines that are longer than your manga shelf. You struggle to put them together. Like your manga shelf. You get off thinking Schwab will help. I excel at leaving Brits in confused states like a commonwealth. Before you knew you were straight, you tested out your sexuality. You're like a gay icon, but with a smaller salary. Bummer how you don't prefer a bummer in reality. I know you won't enjoy this, but what a great mentality. Honestly, how's your mental health? I'd know I'd dread it if I offended you in any way, then just forget it. I know you're not going to have an episode, I'll give you credit. It'd probably take you another 4 months before you edit it. Psych, bitch. Yeah, the battle isn't over yet. I'm tattling on all your bad habits. I got no regrets. I'm hiding in your closet reporting how you moaning sex. Bitch, I'm like a handrail, cause always oversteps. Streaming? Barely. Podcast? Barely. Waking up in time for your own battles? Barely. So when you find a cool Freeced fact and want to use it, remember it exists because I actually do shit.
Time. All right. Round 3. Final round, Connor Quest.
So he's part of the LGBTQ. And I support gay, trans, and pan rights. What I don't support is your shit mixing. Why is everything panned right? Your percussion is awful. Probably used actual pans, right? Man, I'm symbolic with the pen like how Japan writes. posting vids on Twitter and TikTok. Just get off him. You look like fucking Jared Leto with a cat problem. No one's looking. He's got a couple lousy fans. Mate, the biggest thing about you is your fucking yowie hands. Have you seen them? Large palms and fingers that could plow land. That's why his wrist broke when his whip crashed, because he put his hands up and they took most of the impact. And he likes dinosaurs and The Land Before Time. That was perplexing me. I thought Littlefoot would be your natural enemy. And this may be silly and that's on me, but what else do you say from Kendo from Class 1B? But look, I've got to hand it to him. Despite the handicap, he's done well to handle this. But he still can't grip me, because even for you, I'm too much of a handful, kid.
All right, Freeced. Final verse. Verse? That was weird. Round. Go ahead.
Yeah, pants strangely. I used to have a lot of ear infections. Still, the way you rap makes me wish my hearing lessened. Maybe it's a known fact Connor steals the focus, but saying that it's no flags on the field is bogus. Bring the toe tags. I brought the Magnum and the Opus. It's World War Freeced and it happens. You should know this. In World War II, they said keep calm and carry on. On the broadcast, with the sign on, we should tarry on. Victory. V. 3 shorts and a long. So I'm about to take my 5th. Like bum 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 bum. That's Beethoven, bitch. I ain't talking about the St. Bernard. No tearjerker. No, I'd say this ain't the way, Gerard. Crosswords on a Sunday when I play the part, so I'm like a Sunday crossword. Way too hard. Rest in peace to everyone you took for a rival, but my numbers go to 4 like it's books of the Bible. Drown you in a Red Sea, you should look at the title. It's the Old Testament quest of fucking revival. I'm the main character. Your arc is so very flat. I'm Noah landing safely on the mountains of error. Abraham sacrifice you with a hot knife. Looking back at this battle salty like your Lot's wife.
All right, that is what a battle. What? Hello? That was kind of crazy.
それは楽しかったですよ。
Yo, Swabby, go first,
Wow.
bro.
Yeah. I don't go first enough.
Somebody go first.
Let me
Somebody go first.
When this opened up with Connor's first round, I was like, oh my word, he is punching. He is coming out of the gate with like these crazy, clever like flips and rhymes. And he did the whole like James Corden in Cats, the Lin-Manuel Miranda biting your lip because you're biting my stealth thing. It was just funny. He did the singing bit. Like, it was really good. I was like, damn, that is a great opening. And then Freeced did his first round. I was like, whoo! Round 1 for me goes to Freeced.
Myself after that one.
The name flips that he did at the end, he came in with a rebuttal. Let's call him a skinhead. Well, it's not February anymore, so I'm facing a skinhead. That was hilarious. He even came after your mom follows me on TikTok. That's true, which is funny. The CQ bits at the end, just brilliant. Freeced took that for me. Second round, again, really clever, consistent like punches from both sides. Round 2 is probably the hardest for me to judge. The UK flips and you're not worth as much as me. That's USD to pounds. That was really clever. The Kermit lines, funny but slightly predictable. Freeced talking about my lines are like your manga shelf. You struggle to put them together. It was really hilarious. And then the whole the gay stuff with, you know, you were questioning your sexuality, playing on what Connor was tweeting about on Twitter before. The editing line as well. I'm not sure how many people will get some of these. But yeah, some of them are slightly more inside jokes. I feel like little personal digs. So I give Freeced points for that because I got them. But for me, round 2 is super debatable. Round 2 was super debatable. Did I say round 3? Anyway, round 3. Connor took round 3 for me because some of the punchlines were so funny and just completely out of pocket. Talking about this dude's yaoi hands. I thought Littlefoot would be your worst enemy. Why'd you like dinosaurs? I was howling. I was creased. He said you look like you look like a ketamine addict. I was like, what? Freeced had the rebuttal to open his verse, which was really good. We loved to see it. And he had this really clever, fun musical floor at the end, which he gets style points. But for me, Connor just said too much. So right now it's 1-1 with a really debatable round in the middle. So I don't want to give it either way. Come back to me. Shout, have you got something to say?
Yeah, I got lots to say. Let me start with the third round. Connor, wow, just both of you, absolutely excellent. I've changed my favorite battle for the day. I'm sorry, but that was that was the highlight of my day. That was absolutely incredible. For me, Connor's highlight was the third verse, and Freeced's highlight was the second verse. But the whole hand scheme, not just one individual part, but you just kept poking at the hands, and it was it sent me over the edge. That was incredible. Freeced, the manga shelf, the bummer flip, you were just very personal, and I hear what you're saying about it being inside jokes, Shwabadi, but even still, I got it because effectively you were questioning Connor's commitment, and I think that was very, very apparent, and it was just super personal. And I think the fact that you guys know each other so well just lends itself to what a great battle that was. So I personally would give the third verse to Connor, second verse to Freeced, and then for me the first round, sorry, is up for debate. It's a difficult one because I think whoever goes first has the harder time. So I tend to skew more towards the person who goes first. I really just liked Connor's first verse. Thought there was some great things in there, but then Freeced's replies were so excellent. The skinhead bar really got me. The mum on TikTok, the train spotting part, the door handle, I thought was very, very subtle, but I caught that as well. Whereas Connor, what I liked about your verse is you came out and you set the scene, and you effectively called the man straight up called him a cheater and said, look, everything he's going to say from now on, he got from me or he got from X, Y, and Z. And I think you played that extremely well because it did call into question Freeced's credibility in his first verse, but he still came very, very strong. So the first verse is so close for me, but I think because of how Connor played it in terms of setting it up, going first, and then calling into question everything Freeced was about, I don't think that would have worked so well if he had gone second. But because he went first, I think it really, really worked so well. I would give that to Connor. So I would 2-1 it to Connor personally.
Okay.
But it's very close.
Yeah. Tev?
I am not mad at that decision. Honestly, dude, this battle, it's like the man in the chat said, Max Meagle, I think. He said this is his favorite battle of the season. Yeah, this might be my favorite battle of the season.
Yeah.
This was crazy. This had me spazzing. I had to mute the second round because I let the mic open. I let it fly at first, but when he got to talking, it was too much. I hear what Shao is saying with the going first puts you at a disadvantage because rebuttals. You got two talented artists right here. Freeced rebuttaling like every round, going and solid rebuttals, not like little weak like that was mid, like serious rebuttals, like the rebuttal in the first and third, bro. I'm like, okay, all right, bro. Now here's the thing. I like where Connor broke him down, like Shao said. I'm not trying to repeat too much, but I want to make it a clear thought. When he was like, yo, you wonder why this dude going up? It's because he's hitting me up talking about, yo, how do you do this? He hitting people, he getting all of you ain't cite your sources. Talking to the man. Personal, direct bars, love it. He did the Freeced singing bit that he did from the last week, or from the last round, I should say. And I think he did it better than Freeced. So I do give it points for that. However, when my boy came with the rebuttal on it, I was like, fuck. Like, rebuttals count a lot for me.
Yeah.
I do give the first round to Freeced. My hardest round, I do, and just to not make it forever long, I do give the third round to Connor. That round is just a haymaker round.
Yeah.
It's just it's really hard to beat. I can go back. I feel 100% confidence. Clear. The second round is where things get a little, all right, really debatable. I'm not mad either way. I like the T Kermit, the pounds, dollar. I like how he was talking. It's a lot in. It's a lot in there. They use their time effectively, efficiently. The Eminem, what's the difference between me and you? The commitment, commonwealth, hand bar. The listen, I don't even. I have to pick one, and maybe I might need to hear this again, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong here, but I'm going to say 2-1 Freeced. I'm edging the second round. I'm edging the second round of Freeced.
Mm-hmm.
I like everything that Connor did, but the Kermit line was at this point, it's just a matter of like what I think didn't hit like a 10 out of 10 thing at that point. And the handrail bar was kind of light on Freeside, but that's the only bar I could think that I was just kind of like, okay, I'm like, yeah, because I oversteps. It's like that's like the only thing that kind of hit like a little less like, okay, I see what you're doing. But the Kermit line was kind of like, okay, this is cool, but what more can I get? And I felt like the meat of the round came after that scheme anyway. So I'm gonna edge it to Freeced, but like I say, I'm not mad at it either way. I just gotta be real. Like,
oh man. So it comes back to me, and I guess I need to make the final decision. Bruh. This is so tight. This second round, I'm like on the exact same wave as Tev right now, which is like first round Freeced, third round Connor, second round whoever takes it, it's by a millimeter. I think I'm gonna have to give it for the rebuttals and the way that he closed the second round. Freeced. 2-1. Final decision. There you go. Locked in. So, congratulations to Freeced.